As humans, we trip and fall. Sometimes it's like we're wired to make mistakes. But what happens when we fall over and over and over, it's different for everybody. People come to rehabs for all different reasons. Right now we have a little window to try to save her again. We don't quit on people.
Snuggles.
We were gonna go boating and do whatever.
You were gonna die out there, weren't you? We didn't come get you. What would have happened?
I would be dead.
I believe that.
There was a time where I was laying on the side of the freeway after I was high. I was punched in the head. I was hit by a 2x4 in the leg. And I was laying there.
You were overdosing?
I had been beat up and was high. The combination alone.
Yeah, I could have killed you.
Right. And the fact that no one was going for help because they were all afraid and paranoid for themselves, you know?
Detoxing off these drugs, I mean, the only way I can even explain it is kind of like the flu on steroids. Your hair hurts, your stomach hurts, your bone hurts, your skin hurts. You can't stop going to the bathroom, you throw up. It's one of the most awful things. That's one of the reasons why people continue to use. They're afraid of that pain.
It's awful. It's awful. The restless legs, the racing emotions, the nausea, the cold sweats, the so tired but you can't sleep. I mean, all of it. You want to run out of your own skin. Yeah, your bones hurt. Pains that you've also been numbing and not realizing it physically are coming to fruition.
If I can come up with a magic wand and just wave it over your head, what would that look like?
Give me some kind of a normal life back with confidence and strength and the ability to feel the bad emotions and not let it break me.
All that can happen. You have the magic wand. All you got to do is not run. Face what's in front of you. Put your big girl boots on. And we can make this happen together. We can do this.
I'm so thankful for you giving me this other chance because not a lot of people get a second chance, and I feel really, really blessed, and I intend to not let it pass me by.
Knowing that Jennifer was a nurse and watching or seeing how far she fell, I would love to say surprises me, but it didn't.
My two sisters, they love me very much. They're what my dad left me behind. They worry about me constantly.
The dream you have now, a normal life, being able to see your kid at work and a job and a house, that's easy. All you got to do is change everything. Seriously, it's easy. You got to change everything. Who you hang out with, where you hang out with.
Absolutely.
And the things you do, the way you change the things you do is by changing your thoughts. Right. The way you change your thoughts is by not doing the stuff that makes you feel bad anymore. I see families ripped apart. I see moms give their kids up. I see people leaving their homes, their wives, their husbands, when they're so addicted to that drug. I see them throw everything away. But again, watching what happened to Jennifer as a nurse to that, it's just terrible. Repeat after me. My name is Jen.
My name is Jen.
And I'm a special and beautiful person.
And I'm a special and beautiful person.
And I'm worth it.
And I'm worth it.
Now say it again.
My name is Jen, and I'm a special and beautiful person, and I am worth it.
You're damn right. Start treating yourself like that.
Okay.
Deal?
I'm trying to.
Watching her grow was really a neat thing to see. Problem again is though she was dealing with all her demons. She had the wreckage of her past. She had all those feelings of guilt and shame. And it came to a time where I guess she just couldn't cope and she disappeared. Hey there.
Hi.
I'm Carrie.
Hi.
We didn't have to go pull her out of the side of the freeway. She's done that herself. She actually called her family. She asked for help. She told them that she was trying to get a hold of me and get back into rehab. And they told her, look, as long as you're serious and you go to action and you get a hold of Carrie, we'll pick you up. And they did. Gosh, it's been almost a year since she was in last time, and I'll never forget pulling up to the back of that bank and walking over, seeing the hole in the fence and watching Jennifer come strolling out with her bags. I mean, it was so freaking sad. And then when we decided we were going to walk back there and pick up some more of her stuff, and I mean, we were dodging all kinds of stuff. It was pretty disgusting. I was hoping at that time that it was so low for her that she didn't ever want to go back to that. Sadly, the addiction took over, the obsession came back, the magical thinking came, and she ended up right back in the same deal.
Instead of being beat up by my boyfriend, who's now in jail for attempted murder, I'm getting beat up by other guys because I won't have sex with him. I won't do things with him.
Where were you? Back on the same freeway?
Same freeway.
Think it through for a second, man. A couple of years ago, was a nurse. COVID came, things happened bad. She ended up with this guy that was actually not the right, definitely not somebody that you want to hang out with. That was abusing her, beating her, and whatever else. We don't even want to get there. So of course she was numbing herself. She was numbing herself from the boyfriend. She was numbing herself from her father passing and all the feelings that she had, and the divorce. So problem is the drugs stopped working.
It's all really about her getting the help. I can't help her. It's too deep. She can't help herself. Mm-hmm. So this we all know. So we're all about it. We're in her corner. She's a beautiful girl. She's a great person. And she's lost her way, and it's sad, and we worry all the time about her. It's cold.
I've been doing this for 40 freaking years.
Yeah.
And when I look at somebody, I know with me you were a nurse and you worked, and I look at and see what happened to you.
She was at the church. She used to,
It doesn't even make sense.
Counselor.
It doesn't make sense how you could go from there to this, living on the side of the freeway, getting beaten up because you won't sleep with guys using heroin and meth. I mean, come on.
It started because I couldn't handle losing my dad. I couldn't handle it.
She just got broken, and it all went down a slippery slope, that's for sure.
So I tried to numb myself.
And when did you lose your dad?
It's been over 10 years.
What do you...
07.
Did you love your dad?
He was my best friend.
You miss him?
More than life itself.
You treat him good?
Yeah.
Maybe it's time you start treating yourself like you love yourself. When somebody starts using drugs at a young age, they actually stop growing emotionally. So when they all of a sudden you bring them into rehab and you start taking the drugs away, and now they have to deal with all these emotions, it goes way back. It can go back to a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a husband or a wife that they lost 10 years ago, that the feelings that they have been depressing. So her thinking about her father, I mean, she never really was able to grieve the way she needs to grieve because she's numbed herself for the last 10 years.
One day at a time, don't give up. You keep thinking about you and Milo, okay? Just hang in there. I love you. Love you too. Bye for report.
Here, I'll help you. When it's thirst.
There you go, undo that. And then you might want your purse with you.
There it goes.
Okay.
All right, you ready for this?
You're loved, you're supported. That's right, we're in your corner, baby.
Every day is a new day.
Let's do it.
Come on, we put you in the front today. Put your stuff down, put your seatbelt on. How long you been with at your sister's house?
For about a week.
I'm happy she
I asked
took
her
you
if
in.
I could stay there for just a week to try to get a hold of you.
Yeah.
A lot of heroin, mushrooms, DMT, pills. anything and everything lately.
Meth.
Meth. You know, I have a 2 gram a day habit.
Yeah.
That's $100 a day habit.
I know that. So how were you?
I don't know. Just by being me, and just by being nice, by helping people, by I'll do this, I'll clean, and then
gave it to you to be
or
nice.
they would like me and want to be with me, so they would give it to me and get mad when I wouldn't be with them, and then I'd go to the other person who liked me and wanted to be with me.
These are all homeless people.
They're all homeless, or they're sick, or they're schizophrenic, or they're almost too intelligent that their brain can't like wrap around it. That makes them crazy.
She had 2 different addictions. Addiction number 1 was drugs and alcohol. Addiction number 2 is this abusive boyfriend that she had.
Last time I got beat up, it was for something I didn't even do. It was for something my boyfriend did.
Why is he in jail?
For attempted murder.
Who did he try to kill?
We were living in a trailer on San Fernando Road,
Yeah.
and supposedly he tried to kill the guy that owned the trailer.
So you know, she's been here before.
Okay.
Yeah, she's been on a run since she left here, so it's been quite a few months. She used heroin this morning, right?
No,
What'd you-
yesterday.
What did you use today?
Nothing. Weed.
Went to the hospital and she got some quinidine and stuff to keep her, and they give her some morphine. She's gonna be pretty sick soon.
Okay.
So we'll get her to the doctor tomorrow.
All
Figure out how to detox her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want her stripped down,
Right.
put in a gown, and go through her stuff
I will
like a
definitely
magnifying glass.
Okay.
Not that I don't trust you. You have any dope,
No.
weed,
No.
pills, drugs?
No.
All right, so we're gonna search everything. Got it?
Go for it.
When somebody comes into treatment, we want to make sure they're safe, and number 1, everybody else is safe. So we go through their belongings. We put them in a nightgown kind of thing, like a hospital robe thing, and search their clothes. And yep, she had a meth pipe.
There's probably a hole in the purse, and it's in between the lining and the purse.
Yeah. Narcan.
How would you usually apply that?
Don't leave home without it. Isn't it sad where this world's gotten? I mean, look at that. I mean, really, isn't it
Hey,
sad?
having one of those, I saved a guy's life, though.
Yeah, you Narcan somebody back to life having one, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Well, where you're hanging out, everybody needs to have this.
Mainly at corporate.
You'll see her tomorrow. Something.
Brian.
There's probably a hole in the purse, and it's in between the lining and the purse.
Yeah.
Hide it in the
Oh,
lid. So we have
yeah.
to open every container of it.
Yep, I know what she got like this. That was. You want to be optimistic, but she's so sick right now. I mean, she's been chasing me for a week, which is good, you know, because I was chasing her last time. This time I was letting her come here, and she's pretty sick, man. I mean, she can't feel her hands. Her fingers are numb. Her body's hurting. Her bones hurt. Her skin hurts. I mean, as the night goes on, she's going to be more sick. She's going to be dope sick. So tomorrow, I mean, she's going to have a bad night, but you know, you can't give her really any Suboxone or anything because she needs to be 24 hours away from the fentanyl. Guarded optimism. So I'm guarded, but you know, I hope the best for her. Bottom line is I can give it to her, she's got to take it. And here you are.
Thank you.
Home sweet home. Comfy. Oh, there you go. You know what the plan is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll see you in the morning. We'll get
corporate.
Corporate, and then Reyes will get involved, and we'll get you some detox meds. So you might be a little uncomfortable tomorrow morning,
Okay.
but you'll live.
I was living a nightmare. It's undescribable. I'm grateful to be in a warm bed where I'm safe, where I know no one's gonna try to touch me or hurt me, where I can finally get sober, learn how to live with the pain of my life, learn how to cope with it without numbing it. I miss my dad. I can't handle loss. I don't know how to do it. Terrified of losing the ones I love. Terrified, like it abnormally.
How about losing yourself?
It'd be less painful than losing someone I love.
You love your dad, you miss him, right? I believe, I don't know what you believe, but I believe when some people die and we love them, they're still with us.
Oh, yeah.
So he's watching you, right?
Oh, I know he is.
What do you think he would say to you right now?
This isn't how my daughter is supposed to live. This isn't my daughter. You're smarter than this. You're better than this. What the fuck are you thinking? That's what he would say to me. He'd say my daughter does not live on the streets. You're gonna stop doing drugs. And that's what he did when I was 18. And I stopped doing drugs and I came home.
What do you think he'd say knowing you went into rehab? Knowing you're laying in this bed right now, what would he say to you?
That he's proud of me.
And?
That he can't wait to see the new me.
Last time, I didn't think you could look worse. You do. You ever watch Night of the Living Dead? That's what you look like.
Thanks.
I'm not trying to be cute or funny or put you down, but you look like you died and just crawled out of a grave.
That's how I feel.
I bet you. And that's what's going to happen if you keep doing this.
I know.
So let's start living, okay? You could feel the pain in that girl. You could feel the love that she had for her child and the despair that she had for herself for what she has done and the guilt and everything else. So, sometimes that's just not enough and it takes a little bit more. So she had to go back out there and do it again. And I'm seeing a lot more willingness this time. I'm seeing a little more hope on her side than I saw last time.
I was always on medication for a minute there because of back surgeries. And I kicked that on my own. After 2 years of being on pain pills, I went to my uncle's and stayed there for a week to kick it because I didn't want to be chasing pills and I didn't want to be an addict, ironically. And I want to say maybe a year or two later, dabbling in cocaine, partying with my husband at the time, he didn't know that when I went to the Connect to go get cocaine once, he said, hey, there's this that's cheaper. And I played dumb like I didn't know what it was and never done it before, and now meth is back in my life. The story kind of unravels from there. I then had infidelity in my marriage, which I had never, ever done, not even to boyfriends in high school. I don't believe in cheating. I don't believe in lying. And I did all those things to the man I loved the most. And then you can park on either end because one side's one tent and the other side was the other tent. Go across the bridge and there's another tent. Fighting with my boyfriend at the time. He pulled into the parking lot across the street and said, get the fuck out of my car. And his friend, who was with me, got out with me and said, I can't leave her out here. And he drove off. And I was very, very, very high that day. Unusually high for myself. And I knew that there was a person over here in a tent who I had met several times before and built a tent right next to him. And for 2 nights I stayed in that tent. And then ex-boyfriend came along and started staying in said tent with me. And from there on it kind of turned into a home base for me. When I needed drugs, when I needed shelter, when I needed safety, I came here. And then not having a vehicle, never having been on public transportation, I felt like this was my safe place. I knew the people. I knew if they were going to hurt me, to what extent. It was better than, the devil I knew was better than the devil I didn't.
My fear for Jennifer is if Jennifer doesn't figure this thing out and do this thing right now, the mother she wants to be for that kid is going to be buried and that kid's going to have to go to her funeral. Jennifer has to do this. Jennifer does not have, Jennifer's body, Jennifer's mind does not have too many more of these runs. I don't know that she has any left. But my fear for her is the same thing as for everyone, and the same thing that it was for her last time is that after a short period of time, you get what you call magical thinking again. And that means, I got this now, I don't need to be here, these meetings are goofy, I've been in enough groups, I know what I need to do, and they leave. know, and that's my fear about Jennifer. I'm hoping that she's hurting enough right now that that'll keep her from doing that.
There was 3 originally. And in the middle is where everybody would come to get high. Even people who look like you or I do right now, because it was a place they could get high instead of at home. Hi. Hi. How are you? I'm sober.
Yeah.
1 week.
Good.
He told me if I get sober, he'd get housing for me.
You what?
Told me if I got sober, he'd get housing for me.
Did you say that? Cool, man.
Thank you for taking care of me.
Hey, awesome, dude.
He looked out for me a lot.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Fed me, clothed me,
Awesome.
made housing for me. Be good, be safe, yeah?
Yeah.
I love you. I'm
People.
just gonna miss the people, but it's
And, you
better.
know,
It's what's best.
And people need to understand that these are real people out here, man.
They are. They all have a story.
They all have a story, and their story got them here. And just because they're living on the side of a freeway doesn't make them bad people.
No.
And I get it. They took care of you.
Yeah.
It's just
Some
like-
of them.
Yeah, some of them. Some of them treated you real bad.
Yeah. I'm not crying because I miss it. I'm
No,
not
I know.
crying because I think it's great. I'm crying because it's an end to a chapter. That's why I said I think it'd be very therapeutic for me today.
That's why we're here. It's an end to the chapter.
Yeah. No matter what.
Hey. Okay? That's why we're doing this. Let's go.
Bye, Chino. Love you. I can't believe I lived like this. That this was normal and okay to me. That I'd walk barefooted through here because it was my home.
Yep. You treated it just like you would treat your house, wouldn't you?
Right, exactly.
This is where
That
you
it was
live.
normal for me to run outside and pee on the ground over there. Knock, knock. Philo, are you in there?
Let them know we're here before you
Can I peek my head in?
stay outside.
Yeah. Hey. Can I hug you?
We're good.
I'm really good.
Yeah?
I'm really good.
Thank you.
Do I look good? Do I look
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Do I look brighter eyed? I feel like I'm closing the chapter of a book. That's what I wanted to do. Is I wanted, like I said, it would have been dangerous for me to come down here alone and do this.
Of course.
So having you guys here, I don't have the temptation to do bad things, but I got to hug the people, literally the 3 people
That you wanted to.
that I wanted. It's amazing that we ran into him because he was the 3rd person that I wanted to hug and thank for everything. So it feels good to like be able to say thank you and look, I'm doing okay and you guys can do it too, you know? So it feels good. Good fucking bye.
Your name is what?
My name is Jennifer and I fucking deserve it. feel 1,000 pounds lighter. I didn't realize I was
And you were
carrying that
saying
around.
as we were walking up there, you didn't realize how heavy this would be.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
For what?
For knowing what I need without me even knowing it.
Sometimes we get lucky, but
For helping open the door for sobriety.
So that's the end of that.
Yeah.
And this is the new of this that we have here. You now have 7 days clean and sober.
Yeah, I do.
Yes! That is so freaking cool.
Thank you, Carrie.
You come a whole long way. What do you have to say about this?
I feel proud.
We're on our way to see if we can locate Jen. I'm a little bit concerned, obviously. She made it a couple good weeks and she was doing really well, but then what happens is what I call magical thinking. All of a sudden, life is pretty good, everything's going well, you feel safe, you're starting to get healthy, and you can feel like you're ready to go out there and rule the world. And the problem with that is it's short-lived. Magical thinking comes all the other stuff that all of a sudden hits you, which is all the guilt and shame and fears. And I think Jennifer's been sabotaging herself for so many years that anytime something good happens, she just says, I'm not worth it, and she wants to take off. What she does know how to do real well is maneuver herself out there on the streets. She's learned how to do that very well and take care of herself. Well, I wouldn't call it take care of herself, but she would. Let's go see if we can check on her and at least find out if she's alive and what she wants to do, and then we'll call it a day.
How you doing, man? How are you? I'm good. No Jennifer? Yeah. Over there? Yeah. Just gonna say hi to her. All right, man. You all good? Yeah. All right, good to see you, man. How you doing? Good? Yeah. No Jennifer? No, he's not here. I was just say hi if you see her, okay? Yeah. How you been? Good. Yeah? Yeah, life good? Yeah. All right. Yeah. So she hasn't been around? Yeah, she was here, but I don't know. All right, tell her I said hi, will you? I just want to check on her and see how she's doing. All right, buddy. All right, tell her to call me, just say hi. Thanks. My guess is she's probably in there and is probably feeling scared to come out. But you know, it's like we told her, man, this is the best she's gonna get. I mean, look at this. That's pretty sad stuff, but it's a choice that she makes, and this is where she's comfortable.